is there any recourse that we could take against bad Chinese action here?
Yeah, in my book, How China's Communist Party Made the World Sick, I make some very clear policy recommendations. The first of which is we need to have an international investigation that is not corrupted by the World Health Organization or China. The last investigation that was done by both China and WHO concluded that we don't know the origin of the virus. China is claiming that it's a subject for scientists to study, but yet refuses to tell what it knows. Secondly, we need to change our policy of engagement with China. It's clear that our supply lines were compromised early on in March. The Chinese government knew the intense reliance of the U.S. supply chain on pharmaceutical precursors as well as actual items. And then we need to be able to punish any U.S. company that's reliant on China for that supply chain and other critical supply chains. Next, we need to cut off training for Chinese technicians and managers. The people that are running the Wuhan Institute of Virology and the Wuhan Centers for Disease Control were trained in the United States and in Europe, and we need to stop that. If they're going to be irresponsible in handling deadly pathogens, then we need to stop that. Last, we need to change the way that China has been able to infiltrate international organizations like the World Health Organization. We need to tell all the countries of the world, either China gets out or we get out and we create a new international organization that's free from this nuclear-armed communist dictatorship in Beijing.
Well, there's no question that the Chinese have covered it up at the beginning. They're the source of this virus. They've put the world at risk. And then they put us at risk a second time because they scooped up all the personal protection equipment like the masks and so forth. We're still suffering here. We're seeing cases continue where the economy is shut down in places. What's the status of this disease in China today? I noticed they opened Shanghai Disney. What's going on in the rest of China?
Well, again, we don't have a good visibility in there. Information is tightly controlled in China. They have reported that the outbreak is under control. I know for a fact that in a place in northern China called Harbin on the Russian border, that they're on lockdown right now. And interestingly enough, it's one of the places in China, in addition to Wuhan, where they have a level 4 biosafety laboratory. Again, I don't know if there's a connection, but clearly the travelers from Russia into Harbin in northern China have created an outbreak there. China has been deceptive about the numbers. They claim that only about 80,000 people were infected when the U.S. intelligence and U.S. experts here say that the number could be 50 times higher than that. So again, lack of transparency, bad will on the part of the communist government in Beijing. And so we don't have clear answers, and we need to demand answers. The U.S. must lead the international community in demanding honest and clear answers from the regime in Beijing.
No question. Whether wittingly or unwittingly, China unleashed the most powerful economic weapon ever unleashed in history of mankind. The unemployment rate, the trillions of dollars of spending, shutting down nations around the world. This is one of the biggest economic disasters in the history of the world. And you documented all of this in your new book, How China's Communist Party Made the World Sick. Tell us where people can find your new book.
It's currently available online in the digital version. You can get it through Amazon or Kindle or other digital book outlets.